Hello, everybody. Today we're going live from the Women Inspiring Network, and we have Malika Mehta who's going to be joining us. And she's an upcoming singer, performer, songwriter. I can see Malika who's joined us. And she kickstarted her musical career in 2016. She's studied in Berklee College of Music in the United States. And she's been And our series with the US Embassy on Youth and Empowerment did really well. I'm going to send in a request to Malika, I guess. Oh, I can see her request. Accept. And we have something really exciting coming up with Azol, Apurva Purohit, who's going to be speaking to us next week. Some of our series on sustainability with Prem Jain Memorial Trust has done extremely well. Thank you so much, Malika, for joining us today. And I was telling all our viewers a bit about you before you joined us and, your career in music. So tell us about how did you begin your musical journey? And when did you recognize that you had the talent for music and you wanted to pursue a career on that?
Well, first off, thank you so much for having me and thank you for the lovely introduction. Well, to answer your question, so I think I've been singing since I was really, really little. Like, it's been my thing since I was about 4 or 5 years old. I began my musical journey with like playing the keyboard. So that happens to be like my primary instrument. And then soon after, I kind of started singing for like school events and just like singing wherever I was. I think when it comes to like the professional front, I figured that was my thing when I had my very first concert. 2016, like you mentioned, was like a breakthrough in terms of my career. I ended up doing a lot of fun stuff. So I went to the Berklee College of Music for like a program where I was studying my vocals. Ended up opening for Kailash Kher the same year. I also had my solo concert Rhythm that year, and my very first single War Solo also kind of happened the same year. So I think so many things aligned in terms of me being a performer, in terms of me being a singer and a songwriter, that I kind of knew that this is what I wanted to do, in the long run.
Lovely. And did you take up some special vocal training classes or workshop that helped you further in your career?
So, I'm one of the singers who hasn't trained all her life. I pretty much hadn't trained at all till I was about like 18 years of age. So up until then, it was just my love for music and just, like going onto YouTube and singing to like karaoke tracks or just like having someone accompany you. But I think when we realized how I did, probably have like a career in music, or that was something I wanted to pursue, I ended up doing a bunch of programs that I feel have really, really helped me. So just to quickly list them down, like you mentioned, I've done Berklee College of Music. So it was like the super intensive program. Actually, all the programs I did were super intensive because I was still studying here in Mumbai. I was completing my bachelor's degree. So it was like a side, by side thing. I would like fly in and out whenever I could. So I ended up doing that. I ended up doing a songwriting program at NYU. Where I kind of wrote a lot of music, and in fact, like my last release, Bling in Pictures, is a song that I wrote while I was studying at NYU. Apart from that, I've also done, I've trained with this vocal coach whose name is Liz Lewis, and she's like the most brilliant person I've met. She's also trained people like Rihanna, Beyonce, Priyanka Chopra. So yeah, I
Lovely.
think these are the kind of courses or like workshops or like short courses that I've done.
Nice. I have a small daughter. She's almost 5, and I wanted to know if I want her to foray into music, if she should just do. Of course, I mean, I don't know if she'll be talented enough to pursue as a career, but what's a good age for kids to start learning music was actually my question.
No, for sure. I'm glad you asked. I think that anyone who I have spoken to, who is doing well in music today, Or me myself, for example, I've always seen how people get into the world of music when they're little. They say that music happens to be, something that you can catch, something that you can play, something that you can learn when you're younger. And yeah, I think she is of the perfect age to maybe introduce an instrument to her, or just introduce a class to her, and then see how it goes. I mean, I think what matters the most is the interest of the person. If you're interested, go ahead with it. If you're not, I know a lot of people who probably weren't interested and didn't take it up. So it comes down to interest and talent both.
So one musician which comes to my mind who's really gone after is Ananya Birla. She's
Yes.
coming from a business family and not really like a family of musicians.
Right.
And, she's made her foray into that. Is your family into music?
Not at all, actually. So my mother, yeah, she used to play the keyboard, but it was more of a hobby, and that's about it. No one from my family has anything to do with music. I think it was very me, and I think I kind of take pride in that.
Yeah, so you followed your passions. As you know, Women Inspiring Network is an inspirational storytelling platform where we share and inspire the other women of our country. So it's really really interesting to know that. And what has been your achievement till date, if you could throw some light on that?
I mean, a particular achievement or like in a particular kind? What kind?
Anything in your music career, essentially.
Okay. Really hard to actually answer that because there's so many things that matter to me that have actually happened over the past few years. But to probably just name like a few or one very specifically, I think it's everyone's dream to be on TV, and you feel like you probably might get on TV someday. It kind of happened to me 2 years ago. In 2019, I was on national TV in the US. So it was like an hour-long interview with like songs and like just me singing, talking about my journey, which happened on TV Asia. And I think the viewership was more than like a lack of people or something like that. So back then when it happened, it was so quick that yeah, I was there, I was on air, all of that happened. But like once I'm actually done, now that I see the photos and the videos from that particular thing, I just look at it and I'm like, oh my god, I was on TV. And it kind of is like huge for me. Apart from that, I think it's all these interviews, the coverages that I receive. I just realize that somebody is interviewing me because I'm kind of doing something right somewhere. And I think yeah, that kind of boosts me to like want to do more.
Lovely. And people are calling you the Adele of Mumbai. How has the title been coined for you?
It's a very fun story also. So Adele has been an idol ever since I heard Rolling in the Deep for the first time when I was in school. And as soon as I heard it, I knew I had to sing it. Fun story behind that, I actually ended up perfecting the song so much that I lost my voice on the day of the event of actually having to sing it. So yeah, I've always looked up to her style of singing, how beautifully and effortlessly she sings. And what used to happen initially is I used to upload a lot of videos on YouTube, like a lot of cover videos. So I remember uploading this video of Someone Like You, and it kind of got picked up somehow. I don't know, what it was, but it kind of appeared on Adele's official website. So I think that was a big thing, a lot of people picked up. And another thing is when I released my debut single War Solo back in 2016, there were a lot of magazines that, covered me. And I think one of them was V-Lab magazines, and they basically just took out an interview, all of that happened. And when they actually printed it, the headline was the next Adele from India. It was just something that they said. And I think how media is, it kind of got picked and people realize the similarity in style of singing, at least when it comes to my covers. And yeah, it's a huge title to live up to, and I'm super grateful. But yeah, that's how it happened.
Lovely. When you were talking about that, how you couldn't. So I remember when we were in college, and that was in Pune. There used to be this karaoke bar, and you had to like just go. And of course, I could never sing, but just for enthusiasm with my friends, they gave us an award because we were all so enthusiastic about it, and so
That's
is
fun.
there.
I love karaoke, so.
And tell us something about some of your latest work which you're currently doing and what has been the inspiration for the same.
Sure. So, I think that this year in general has been a very big year for me when it comes to original music and releases. I think in general, like in the pandemic. So, if you consider from like the beginning of 2020 to up until now, I've released 5 songs, which I would have never dreamt of. Like, not so fast. I just feel like I got so much time to work on music and write music and all of that. But like I said, I think this year has been big releases. So I released 2 songs, one English, one Hindi. There was Kebi Day and there was Bling in Pictures. And they were both very big in terms of marketing, in terms of what the songs mean to me. But I think I'm just taking a little bit of time off at the moment because it's been so much work. I do have a couple of things in the pipeline and I'm talking, to a couple of my other friends for collaborations. But yeah, I think it's too soon to like really mention anything because we're still working on it. But for now, I think it's just the post promotions of Bling and Pictures.
Yeah, I can see so many of your fans have also joined us. But why don't you sing for us, like maybe without any instrument, but if you can, I think we're losing her. But for all our viewers out here, if you feel anyone has an inspirational story to share, do feel free to DM us. We'd love to hear their voices on our platform. We've been known for our mental health series, sustainability. We've done the last one, which was on fashion, beauty, design. We've done a series of fashion, tech, and sustainability. I think she's left us, and I think she's going to join us soon, which was with IIT, one which we've done with Jai Hind College. We are very, very proud of these series. We did a film series with Inox, which had a 20 million reach. And I am just trying to see where is Malika.
Okay, sorry.
Yes,
I have
yes.
no idea what happened, but okay, we're back.
Yeah. So, if you could sing something for our viewers, that would be great.
Sure. So I'd love to do like one of the verses from my latest release, Bling in Pictures. A little background about the song. It's a hip hop rap song, which literally is talking about the love and passion for which a musician gets into this career. It's for your love for music, and it's not just for the Bling in Pictures. So yeah, it's gonna be without music, but I hope you like it. People in your face come around when they taste the little bit success that I earn every day. Grinding, put the pen to the paper I create. A new sound, break a new ground. Here's the truth now. Too many people trying to do what I do now. I'm fighting with the lights. I feel the pain. It won't go away. My dream's different these days, 'cause life ain't the same. I'm in too deep, but too late. I was never one for the blame and the pictures. Leave it for the people who need that type of attention. Rhymes too ill to be worried about the image. Time I put in make the songs that be trending. So yeah, that is a little bit of Bling and Pictures. It's like this revolutionary song, and I'd really urge you guys to go listen to it if you haven't. It's up and available on YouTube. There's a really fun video actually, so go check it out. And it's also available on Instagram Music, Facebook Music, Spotify, all of it. So yeah.
Wow, but this sounds amazing, and you sing so
Thank you.
well.
Thank you so
Impromptu with
much.
no music.
Thank
I
you.
have a huge regard for musicians because that was one thing which I could never really do. And what would your advice be to the budding artists who want to foray into this industry?
See, so the thing is, when it comes to indie musicians, I feel like the biggest thing for an indie musician to do is put out original music for sure. But before that, so a lot of me and my friends, when we're talking from the industry, is what we figure. Newer artists and newer musicians feel like this is the only way to go, and they just release an original, right? I feel like you do need to take your time to brush up your skills, to actually work towards your craft and see that you're singing well, that you're pitching well, that you know how to write a song, because there's also a way how songwriting process works. You just don't like put in lines together. I feel like first pay attention and just be so confident about your craft, and then start writing new music and put out as much as you can, because only when people hear you are they going to know your journey, they're going to like what you're doing. So yeah, I think being a musician is all about being there, showcasing your work, just being in front of people, which happens to, just put out a lot of work. So I think, yeah, just work towards your craft.
And tell me, in your journey, did you face any obstacles, any lessons, or any learnings which you'd like to throw some light on?
Um, so I think one of the initial few things that I kind of noticed earlier on was that it was very imperative to put out an original song. What used to happen when I was new to the industry is that I've always loved singing more in English back then, at least because my school used to encourage a lot of English music. And as teenagers, you're just listening to like Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift, and that's just happening. So I was very influenced by English music, and to a point where I sing in 5 languages, right? But I would enjoy English the most. And I figured how it is very important that being in a country like India, I had to also sing, if not less, then definitely an equal amount of Hindi music. So I think that's one thing that I figured with time, that okay, I need to release music in different languages, just sing in different languages. And another thing is, yes, every time that I would meet somebody, whether it was like a PR firm or whether it was just somebody who was hosting a live event, they'd always come and tell me, but do you have an original song? And I am very thankful that I took my own time before I put out my first song. Like I said, I worked towards my craft, and that's when I put out my song. And when I did start releasing original music, I figured that there was so much more. There were so many more opportunities in terms of being featured, in terms of actually being able to perform. Because when it comes to cover songs, there are a lot of royalties involved. There is a lot of copyrights involved. When it comes to original music, you obviously have it all with you. So yeah, I feel like it's a journey that you can't like fast forward. You can't skip the steps, but you've got to keep working hard towards it.
Lovely. In fact, what are the 5 languages can you sing in? Can you tell us?
I sing in English, Hindi, Gujarati, Punjabi, and Spanish. I have sung in other languages as well, but I'm just trying to increase that list. Honestly, I love languages, so yeah.
And is it easy to sing in other languages?
Um, I mean, it totally depends on the language. Gujarati is my mother tongue, so it comes very easy. Punjabi and Spanish, the diction is sometimes of an issue, so I got to sit down and pay attention that I'm saying the word right or I'm singing it right. But it's fun. I mean, I personally love it, so it's a lot of fun for me.
Lovely, lovely. And tell me, how supportive has your family been towards your journey into music? Because as you mentioned earlier that they don't come from a family, the family background is not into music. So have they all? How supportive have they been, and who has been your inspiration personally?
Well, I'm so glad you asked me this question. I think I have been the luckiest people out there when it comes to the support from a family. My family has been more than supportive. My parents push me on days that I feel I want to give up, on days that I feel I don't want to do this. It's always been them. So like I mentioned, it was my mom who used to play the keyboard. That's how we figured I had a ear for the instrument. My dad bought me my first keyboard when I was very, very little, without any questions asked. He just thought that this is something we should do. They used to push me when it came to going for events, going for competitions, no matter how far it was, no matter whether they had to miss work. So it's always been so much from their end. It's even today, if if I haven't released something in 2 months, or if I haven't done something, they would be the ones who would walk up to me and say, hey, it's time that you work on something new. So they've been extremely, extremely supportive, without which I don't think I would have done what I'm doing. And I when it comes to inspirations, obviously my parents are my ultimate inspirations. But when it comes to the music industry, I definitely look up to Adele and Taylor Swift on an equal level. And then there's you asked me my favorite artist, it's like a list of 500 artists. So that's that. But I really do look up to Taylor Swift and Adele.
Lovely. And so we've sort of reached the end of our session. So we would want you to, since we're an inspirational storytelling platform, we would like you to leave a winning message to inspire our viewers who want to foray into the world of music, or anything with your story which can inspire them. So please give us a winning message.
Definitely. The one thing that I say, and I'm going to keep saying forever, is that do what you're doing for your love for your craft, whether you're a musician or whether you're into any other career. Always make sure that you are passionate about it and that you know what you're doing and you love what you're doing. I think that is going to be a motivation that's going to stay with you for life. Another thing is, please do it for yourself, because when you're doing it for yourself, if it makes you happy, it's something you're going to continue doing with all your heart. And yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. The moment you think things are tough, it kind of actually gets easy right after. So just keep going
So
on.
on that note, Malika, thank you so much for joining us. As you know, that we took shape during lockdown last year. We've had a 20 million reach, and we do a lot of series also on Facebook. Like we did one on youth and empowerment with US Embassy in India. We've done one with Prem Jain Memorial Trust, which was on passion and sustainability. We've done a
Right.
series with IIT, which was with passion, tech, and sustainability, entrepreneurship with Jai Hind College. So we
Oh
keep
wow.
doing a lot of these series. We have something coming up with this other Mumbai-based brand called Azor with Miss Apurva Purohit, which is in the pipeline, who's one of the most influential women in India. And
Correct.
that's in the pipeline starting next week. And
Oh
I'm
wow.
so, yeah, so I'm so glad that you could join us. And we would love to have you on our platform once again and, maybe be
Yeah,
part of some of
definitely.
the panel discussions. But thank you so much for sparing your time today and inspiring us. To look
No,
forward to
thank you
seeing
so
you
much for
again.
having me. And yes, I'd love to be a part of, whatever you have coming next. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me and we definitely
Sure.
do something.
Okay. Bye bye.
Yes.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.